Oh, perfect. You couldn't get more perfect shot than that. There you go, Churchill coin. You just make out his face. 1965. 1965. And the last of our, what was it? The last of our pound notes and the Scottish pound notes, they still had the, I can't remember if it was King Edward V or King George V. Her father. Yeah, it was her father. I think it was King George V. It was her father's head that was still on the old pound notes. And they just phased them out in 1979. If you look it up, they were phased out in 1979.
Pound notes were phased out in the 80s.
I don't know. I know that I never saw them again after 1979. Oh, I remember all the money from back then. Because I've even got from 1970. Oh no, the penny that I had when I was growing up was the same as it's always been. I've grown up with that penny that we've got now all my life. Yeah, halfpenny. I remember the halfpenny. Yeah, because that was bloody tiny. That was. Now that yeah, well see, that halfpenny was 1D. That was 1D. That's what we call 1D. That's why I kept trying to say to groundskeeper, that halfpenny is 1D. That's what you call 1D. But yeah, I mean, fucking. This is why I don't understand, because it even baffles me today. Why did we have ration cards? Although it never lasted long. I mean, it lasted till I was about 2 or 3, 4 years old. That was it. It was gone. Never heard of again. But my mother kept mine. My mother kept mine just for memory's sake. And it wasn't as though we were maladjusted or anything like that. So there was no reason as to why we should have been on it in the first place. I mean, my mum had 2 jobs, man. And I know that because I used to go with her sometimes. She used to work in the pubs. And that's the reason why to this day my mum detests pubs. She absolutely hates pubs. She hates the smell of them. My mum don't drink. You walk past the pub with my mum and she'll heave. She hates the smell of them. That's why my mum would never go into a pub. She'll never go in, even into the village pubs here. She'll never go into them because she cannot stand the smell of alcohol. It makes her want to puke. You open a bottle of whiskey or something like that up in front of her, she'll heave. She does not like alcohol, any shape, form. And I know because I used to go with her when I was a child in the pram. And that's how we got to know, like, people in East London. That's how we got to know the Stevenson family and all that lot. And they weren't exactly the nicest of people, but yeah, I mean, I remember a lot. I mean, I remember when I was like 9 months old when a guy drew me a fucking elephant on holiday, and I went back to him when I was 12 years old, and I walked up to the guy, nearly killed the guy in the process, because I turned around and I actually took the picture back to him. I said, "Are you the guy that drew me this elephant?" And the guy nearly had a heart attack. And I've still got that picture to this day. And I was 12 years old and I went back up there. It was in Cornwall. He used to have like a little hut. And he drew me an elephant when I was about 9 months old in a pram. And one day when I was 12 years old, I was with my mum and my stepdad because he took us on holiday. We were travelling from Cornwall all the way up through like Paignton, Devon and all round there. And there was this little hut and it just caught my eye and I thought, yeah, alright, I'll go and have a look. And I just so happened to have this picture in all my stuff. And I tapped on this guy's shoulder and I said, are you the guy that drew me this elephant? And the guy nearly had a heart attack. I remember when I was in a pram. You know what I mean? I remember. So I know a lot of the East End mobsters, as they were called then, as they were back in those days. They were all bloody hands in and out of each other's bloody back pockets and all that. That's just how they were. But they didn't hurt anybody for no reason. They didn't hurt anybody for no reason. And the only reason why my mum met up with my stepdad was because my stepdad used to do a lot of dodgy jobs for him. I mean, they even paid, like, back in those days, oh my God, 500 quid. That was like winning the fucking Euro Millions back in those days, because I remember they bought my dad his suit for the wedding. Nearly 500-600 quid. And I've actually got the photograph right here. Somewhere. It's right in front of me somewhere. If I can find it. And I've actually got him, and he actually looks like how the gangsters used to dress up in those days. Like they do in Italy. They look like the gangsters from Italy, how they dressed up. Their hair all slicked back with fucking duck grease, as far as I'm concerned. It used to stink to high heavens. Yeah, all the tie and fucking smart and all that. I've actually got the wedding picture there with my mum and my stepdad. My dad never got involved in the nasty side of it, but he's witnessed it a few times, and so have I. That's how I know about how they used to live. And my mum's still very good friends with a lot of them down in East London. Fucking the Crays, all that lot. I mean, they say the Crays are dead. They might be dead, but they're not. They've still got family alive. Fucking Crays are mental. Yo! Let's put them away. I mean, I've even got two gold £2 coins here. Never be used. Getting old. Oh, I'm getting old.